Hello everybody, how we doing tonight? My name is Caleb. I'm happy to be here, and I would like to say that I am a former deviant. I used to smoke, I used to drink, I used to do a lot of other stuff. I came before you all now to tell you that I no longer smoke. God damn, I love a lot of other stuff though. That's really a good name. I was a deviant for a while, and like any other deviant, what's another thing everyone should learn? Lying, all right? And your tolerance, really, but that has nothing to do with the joke I want to tell, so we'll put that on the back burner for now. You learn how to lie. It's a very important skill. And I've always considered myself a liar with the best of them. I've lied to everybody in my life that I've talked to, so we've had a conversation. I've probably lied to you at least once. I'm sorry to anybody who's just not figuring out that my name is Caleb. I tend to lie about my name the most. Keeps me safe. So, my homeboy let me know that, as much as I lie, I'm not committed to lying as much, right? So, one day we're at the place where most deviant actions take place, my brother's dorm room, and we're all sitting there, we're hanging out, and we grab some Swisher Sweets, which, by the way, I don't know how they got that name. They're not sweet at all. Not even a little bit. And I got mad for chewing up my third one, and so did my homies. But we were mad for separate reasons. They were mad because they had to go take another run. I was mad because now I had tobacco in my mouth. But yeah. So we get Swisher Sweets, so we go smoke, and we go out on the whole other side of the campus, right? Over by the rich white kids. Nothing but a slap on the wrist and a drop in your allowance, and they're good, right? So we come back, we're all chopped, and like any other good deviants, what's the next thing you do after you're high? You drink, right? And my homeboy brought me Coronas. I don't like beer, but I'm gonna drink them anyway, because I'm poor. So after we get halfway through a bottle of Captain Morgan and a few beers apiece, we hear a knock at the door. Who else would it be? The cops. Now, we should be in the clear, right? But the cops came because somebody down the hall was like, you know what? We could just smoke in the dorm room. And the cops, with all their great detective skills, came to the only dorm full of black people, like any good cop should. We hear the knock, we check the peephole, because we weren't expecting any guests. And I said, are the hoes here? And my brother said, did you call the hose? And I go, no. And he goes, then none of us had hose. All right. You didn't have to call me bitchless, but hey, it is what it is. So obviously we put everything away. Like any smart human being, we put all the alcohol in the mini fridge and slid it under the bed and had someone stand in front of it. Because that's impossible to find. So they come in and we think we're all in the clear. They're like, you mind if we search the apartment? He's like, yeah, man, no problem. No big deal. Only person who's nervous is the guy in front of the mini fridge. He's the only person with a job that matters right now. Everybody else has got to play it cool, which is really easy when you're high. At least it was until the cops got there. And then it became a really difficult job, but c'est la vie. So then the cops were looking around the apartment, and for some odd reason, these cops thought to check the trash can first. Don't know why they checked the trash can first, because I might be a little dumb and a little high, but I'm not like, put the weed in the trash can. My first suggestion was somebody's balls, dog. Like, I'm not, like somebody keistered it real quick to somebody and blew at the door. The cops were also concerned as to why there was a bottle of lube on the counter, but boys will be boys. So he checks the trash can, right? And there's an empty Swisher Sweet pack. Great. And all the guts are in there. He goes, whose pack of Swisher Sweets is this? My homeboy goes, it's mine, sir. I like to smoke them. He goes, oh, how old are you? He goes, I'm 18. At the time, you can smoke tobacco legally at 18. He goes, I'm 18. He goes, oh yeah, all right. Is there a reason why there's so much tobacco in the trash can? My friend goes, I have no clue why there's so much tobacco in the trash can. He goes, you're smoking Swisher Sweets, it'd be a waste to dump it all out. He goes, I would agree with you. That'd be a waste. So he's taking this cop in circles, dog. I'm talking about the cops like the ones that in there. He goes, I don't know. I smoked mine already. I have no clue why that's in there. He goes, that might be from someone else. He goes, no, all Swisher Sweets in the area are mine. And I'm sitting here because by now I would have been like, oh no, and like gave myself up. He's posted on the bed, just like chilling, like, nah, this cop's got no clue. So then he's like, something might have fell out when I smoked mine. Outside the dorm, of course, out of respect. I go, cherry on top, dog. That's the best line of the night. So after he takes the cop on a long, long road of questions and no answers, by the way, cop's like, all right, well, we want to talk to you all individually. Let's one by one, we'll have you step out into the hallway. He goes, have you been drinking? And I go, no, sir, I have not drank at all today. He goes, all right, cool. Takes my white friend out. By the way, my white friend said he had been drinking, because he had been drinking. He drank a handle of Fleshman's, and so he really couldn't hide it all too well. He goes, I've been drinking. I had a few. Takes him out. He blows a low number. Whenever he takes me out. I didn't know that he had a breathalyzer. So I'm like, you been drinking? I'm like, no, man, I ain't been drinking at all. And his buddy goes, all right, well, I just need you to blow into this. And I go, I may or may not have a sip from a Corona, you know? Because everybody knows you blow a 0.08 off of a sip of a Corona. But arguably, I drank the most that day. And I blew into it. I'm not sure if the machine was broke or I had accidentally butt choked this beer, but I blew zeros, dog. And I was like, thankful. Sadly though, I am black, and so I got banned from campus. That's how that story ended. What really sucked, it didn't suck for me as much, because, you know, I have a home that I can go to. It sucks for everybody else, because I was the only one with a car. And ironically, when they ban you from campus, it's from like all of campus. Who knew? I got pulled over literally the next day, and they go, didn't we just ban you from campus? And I was like, I'm just dropping them off, dog. He goes, all right, well, nowhere in the residential areas. I look at the cop, and I go, not even if it's for a woman? He goes, nah. I get sad at that point. I get a little teary-eyed. I didn't have any women, I just got teary-eyed, because he knew. He could tell. Bitch, man. I like to think that I'm a deviant, right? Like, that's what I've always told myself, like, I'm one of the bad kids. But at some point in my life, I started working with kids, and I realized, you know what? I was a good kid. My mama raised me right. I started working with kids. Right around the same time, I decided to dedicate my life to comedy. So that's what all my coworkers started to talk about. That's when I first started getting the questions. Like, oh, you do comedy? Well, tell me a joke. I would love to hear a joke. So what's your writing process like? You should probably write more. I don't know about you, but I heard on a podcast, they write like this. So my boss was different. He was my mentor. He knew I was going into comedy as soon as I dropped out of college. And all he said was, you should put on a show for the kids. And I go, nah. Not my style of comedy, dog. Keep in mind, at this point, my number one joke was a joke about school shootings. So I was like, I don't think it's for me. Nah, really. He goes, all right, how about this? You either do a show for the kids or you find a new job. I go, you know what? I can always change the way I tell a joke. I feel free to tell it. So I go home and I write this long set list of these like well thought out, well layered jokes that I'm like witty, but also like kid friendly. And one of the jokes just so happened to be about the time I knocked out my friend by accident. The kids did not like that joke at all. First off, they didn't like any of my jokes, let alone that one. One of the kids stands up to the back. By the way, this kid's name was Beans, which is the cutest name I've ever heard for a small black boy. All right? He sounds so innocent and sweet. All he did was stand up and yell, "This guy sucks!" Why is he here? And I go, what do you mean this guy? You know me. He goes, I don't care. Thank you. And I go, it's funny because, you know, I actually knocked out my friend. He goes, why would you do that? You hurt him. And I go, that's not funny. He goes, no. Thank you, Beans. So after Beans got done crushing my dreams, I was in a weird spot because this was the first time I had ever bombed utterly and completely. Like no one laughed, not the staff, not the kids, nobody there. So I did the only thing I could do at that moment to move forward, and I kicked Beans in his mouth. While that was against regulation, it was against my personal policy to be treated like a bitch. Couldn't take that amount of disrespect. Nah, it's cool. He was losing his baby teeth anyway. You know, when you're 5 years old, sometimes you gotta lose a few. You know? All right, my name's Caleb, and that's my time, everybody.